Welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to take a look at the Srixon ZX Mk II range as I get fit for their latest irons. Remember, if you like our content, don't forget to hit that subscribe button.
Okay, Chris, so what we'll do first, we'll just get you hitting some with your club, just so we can see what's going on. Okay. See what's good, see what's not good, and then basically make the recommendations from there. So when you're ready, just normal swing, take your time.
So the same as always, that little push.
Nice shot. So with your current set, what do you like, what don't you like with your irons?
So I've said this before, that I love the look of the irons. So they're Cobra, King, MB and CB combo. So I've got 6, 5 and 4 in CB. Okay. MB's down. Love the look of them. They're a bit too good for me. Okay. I hit high launch shots anyway, so I like to see the ball go high. If anything, I miss the ball with a little push out to the right, can draw it. Yep. The trouble is with these is they just don't allow for an awful lot of forgiveness. Of course. Not much workability for a player of my level. You need to be much better. So as much as I love the look of them, they're not practical for what I need. So a little bit more forgiveness, something that gives me a little bit more distance. This just floats and is going probably 10, 15 yards less than what I like to see, which is about that 165 number. Okay. So yeah, it just comes out a little bit weak, but they feel great when I hit them.
So what we'll start with here is the ZX7 model. Mm-hmm. So as you can see, it's got a slightly bigger, or a slight cavity in the head there. Yep. But this is still a forged head. It's got their pure frame technology in it. So any slight mishits, it just helps to dampen the vibrations, hopefully also keeping the ball speed up, similar to a centered shot, so you don't lose that distance on a poorer one. Okay. And then it's got their very traditional VT sort of split sole. Yep. So when you're going into the turf, it keeps the club head gliding through, keeping the club head moving, so you're not losing speed that way. Yep. So again, if you slightly misstrike it, it could be slightly fat. That can potentially help as well. So let's see how that works for you. Sweet. Srixon also do a pure blade called Z Forge, but we're probably going to see very similar results out of that compared to your own, just because it's a one-piece forged head. You're kind of on your own in that scenario, so hopefully this will just give you a little bit more forgiveness, just because of the slightly bigger head and a little bit more character. Straight away you can see it's a little bit thicker on that top line, looks a bit of a meteor head, but still a player's profile. Good. That's me. Golf shot. That's woeful. Must be hard to fit somebody when they're technically pretty rubbish. Can make life challenging sometimes, but it's good fun. Wow. That felt good. Not often I get to say that. So what was the carry number you kind of like to see? 165. Okay, that was 168. Okay. Spinning at 6,500 just over. So yeah, on one individual shot, numbers there really, really good. Yeah. And obviously I appreciate I'm not going to hit it that well every time. But if I can be ballpark that figure, even with the off-center ones, if I'm not losing loads, I don't know what the numbers were with the Cobra. Yeah, so average ball speed with your Cobra, 113, carrying 153. Yeah. Spin rate was good, height was good, your flight's nice. It was just lacking oomph. And I've said that before, I'm having to hit one extra iron with Cobra. And that's nothing against Cobra, it's again, that particular iron for me. Yeah. Sounding good?
It's a bit open. Yeah, I mean, that's a poor shot in terms of the shape of it, the direction. It's going to miss the green, but in terms of the feel, it still felt solid.
So it kept the ball speed up well at 120 mile an hour, carried 164.
Okay, yeah.
Sorry, 161, I was looking at total. So you only lost a few yards on a push. So we got you in modus 120 stiff there, just off the bat. Clubhead speed is hovering around 90.
Yeah.
So potentially could look at X-Flex.
Okay.
Reason I started with stiff, similar profile to your own. Don't want to change too much in one go. Something we'll probably look at once we're happy with the head, then move on to the shaft. So yeah, just keep it simple to start with, and then we can look in more detail going forward.
Okay, and then what other options are there within the Srixon range?
So Srixon, we've got a couple of nip-on shafts. You've got Zelos, you've got Neo Green, and a couple of KBS options as well. KBS Tour Light, in various lengths. And then with Srixon, we have 3 heads. So you've got upright, standard, and flat. So we can try a variety of lie angles as well as shafts and shaft lengths.
Okay.
That was nice.
Right, let's see. That was an off-centre strike, I would say. So I don't know how that one fares. But that would have been the weak. I felt like that was the worst strike out the lot.
154 carry. Yeah. So it did drop off a little bit.
Okay, but that's me.
But it was straight. It was actually slightly tighter to the centre than your own. So potentially the head just staying a bit more stable, not opening up through the hit.
Yep.
So you didn't quite catch it great, but you lost distance, but you didn't lose direction.
Okay. Okay. A little bit toey, but still pretty good.
Okay, let's try something else.
I guess for me, the worry is the longer iron. So if I'm 7 iron in, I feel like I've got a chance at getting on the green, and then obviously, like anybody else, the closer you get to the green, start to be able to flag hunt. But my weakness is more when I'm 5-4 iron out. I accept you're probably going to miss more greens than you hit from that range, but it's how big is that miss? And mine can be off the planet. And I know that's more down to my control, but having something a bit more forgiving, and when I look down at the profile of that, it's still quite a small head. And I don't want to go ultra forgiving, but I presume we're going to go into ZX5 and
so like you say, so we've got ZX5 now. So instead of pure frame, it's now called main frame. So you can kind of see this split design, almost 2 materials on top of each other.
Yeah.
So the basis of this iron is using different weights of material and kind of forging them together, is that it's moving COR away from the face.
Okay.
And practical terms for anyone, that just basically means when you're striking it off center, again, it's just trying to help keep the ball speed up, so that a good shot or a poorer shot, your ball speeds are similar, so then your carries are similar. With this, it is a slightly larger profile, slightly stronger lofted. So if you are someone that likes to blend, top of the bag, this could be quite a nice option.
We've got just to have a look at that. I mean, it doesn't actually look too dissimilar though. From the sole, you can see that.
Yeah, but not from the top.
Not from the top.
Okay.
I don't look, when you handed me that and you can see that the sole is so much wider, I initially thought it's going to be a lot wider on the top line, but actually it's still quite appealing. And that really launches.
That was good.
Yeah, it felt good.
You know, we've seen in quite recent times that Srixon's becoming a much more popular product on tour. So likes of Brooks Koepka going from a free contract guy into Srixon full bag deal near enough.
Yep.
Puts his trust in the ZX product. Shane Lowry won the Open using them. There's a lot of good golfers now on tour using Srixon, and you know, we've seen really good success in fittings here of people coming in open-minded, maybe didn't even know Srixon made golf clubs.
Yeah, absolutely.
Put them in a ZX product, and they've seen the results, like the look and the feel, and walked away very, very happy.
I think if I'm right in thinking Shane Lowry's combo as well, isn't it?
I think so, yeah.
I think ZX5 in the top. But I can see why, with the power that this has got. I mean, that felt lovely, that last one.
I think I'm right in saying it's roughly 70% of tour players have a combo set, whether that be half and half or even 1 iron and 7 irons in another. So if they're doing it, chances are that most amateurs probably should look the same way.
Well, that's why I did MBs to CBs. Yeah, that's me. That's awful.
Good strike.
Wow. That felt amazing.
Right down the post.
That felt like it probably went a bit further than I'm used to, though.
So surprisingly, that was actually 165 carry.
Okay, so actually on the number then.
Yeah, ball speed was 2 mile an hour quicker than the ZX7. Didn't actually really go any further. If anything, it just went higher.
Yeah, it did go very high. What was the land angle on that?
55, so very strong.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, you can kind of look at that and go, okay, it's not really doing too much, but then you think about that combo of if you were then to put that in a 4 iron, coming down at a really steep descent angle, you can actually attack a flag.
Yeah.
It's not coming in super flat like maybe the ZX7 could. We haven't seen it, but it gives you that option of, well, it's not giving me any more carry, it's giving me more height.
Yeah, which is what I was saying to you earlier. That's my weakness, that 5-4 iron area. I don't really like to play hybrids.
Yep.
Just haven't really got the confidence with them, and I just like the look of an iron. I guess playing so long, you get used to irons. But of recent years, playing a 4 iron, just not having the control over it. So, and that's more through height as well. It comes out so low, where I'm used to that high ball flight with a 7 iron. That actually, if I could launch a 4 iron like that and hold a green, that'd be lovely. Yeah, that was nice, but open. So you mentioned about the custom options. So there's plenty of shafts, plenty of, you can blend the irons, loads of custom options. What about the price of these?
So Srixon have a base price of £150 per stick across all of their models.
Yep.
That includes all of their non-upcharge shafts, which iron-wise, I don't know if there are any, to be honest.
Yep.
And then grip-wise, we build Srixon at our build centre.
Yep.
So pretty much within reason, any grip that you know you like, whether it be an MCC mid-size or a CPX in jumbo, we can get that. Price might jump up a little bit, but you can kind of customise it to everything that you know you like. And grip's very important. It's the only thing you're connected to the club with, so having the right feel and size, very, very important.
But 150, that's incredible. I mean, in comparable irons.
Yeah, so most what I would call like tour played irons, so your T100, your P7 MCs, pushing more towards 180.
Yeah.
So when you're pulling that across a course of a set of irons, it starts adding up. You know, it's almost an iron cheaper. You're getting 7 irons for the price of 6 in another brand. So I think that's also another reason we've seen the Srixon product be so successful, is because 1, it performs, but 2, their price point's brilliant.
Yeah. And that's the thing, like we've tried, well, all the irons in there, and I don't look down at that and think it's way dissimilar to any of the clubs that you just mentioned.
Yep.
I kind of always look at it in that Mizuno bracket. I mean, it looks lovely when you look down on it, but you kind of expect it to kind of be parallel with the other brands when it comes to pricing. So, yeah, anybody that's trying Srixon, that's a pleasant surprise at the end of the fit.
Good swing.
So in terms of recommendations then, Matt, so you've seen me hit it. Obviously, I need some technical work in there, but from just trying out Srixon, and obviously we could go into so much more detail with this, but it kind of gives the viewers just a quick insight into the product, particularly ZX7 and ZX5. There is a 4.
ZX4, yeah.
You mentioned the Z Forged, the bladed iron, which I've already mentioned I'm trying to get away from.
Yeah.
And looking at that, that's actually a slightly thicker top line as well. Even the profile of that doesn't look.
Yeah, it's similar to the ZX7, so it's not the smallest blade out there, but it still is that one-piece forge, very soft, workable.
Yeah. So in terms of recommendation for me, from what you've seen, would you be looking at a combo set or maybe focusing down one particular?
Yeah, I would be more led a little bit by you from the top end of the bag.
Yeah.
Certainly bottom end, ZX7 worked extremely well.
Yeah.
Ball flight was great. Carry was where you wanted it to be. Control was good as well. So ZX7 is definitely in the bottom half. If you as a golfer, you know historically that you struggle with 4-5 iron, that you want a bit more help, then yeah, I would probably look at going ZX5 at the top end of the bag.
Yeah, I agree. I think as nice as this is, the ZX5, and how hot it is coming out the face, it's probably launching too high.
Yeah.
55-degree land angle for me is, well, just a bit too...
Don't need that.
No, exactly. And then I run the risk of windy day like today, I end up losing that distance or overshooting a green if it's helping. So yeah, I think if it was me leading it, I'd be more focused on ZX7, probably up to 7/6 iron, and then kind of cap the bag off. So a bit like Shane Lowry. If only I could play like Shane Lowry.
Or drink Guinness like him.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, well, I'll try one more of these. And then... not the best one to finish on. Okay, perfect. Well, thanks for that, Matt. Very insightful. And for any of our followers, if you're looking to try a new set of irons out this season, it's definitely worth giving the Srixon ZX5, ZX7, in fact the whole range, a look with our club fitters here at AF Golf Store. Just book yourself in at www.afgolfstore.co.uk.